Alright guys, so we're cutting close to the first game of the or not first game, the better games of week 1, I guess, because last weekend was week 0. I didn't really pay attention to any of the games, but the Nebraska game, Scott Frost needs to be fired, but that's a different story. So today we're going to be doing three SEC East teams, Tennessee and South Carolina. I'll just tell you what I think the overall record for Vanderbilt is. There's not much to talk about Vanderbilt. And then we'll go to the SEC West next video. So let's start with Tennessee. Tennessee is going to be a decent team not bad team this year. They had a lot of drama this offseason. A lot of lost of players through the transfer portal or just seniors in general. So they lost a lot of players this year. They'll be an okay team. I don't think they're going to a bowl game though. So they start off at home against Bowling Green. I think that's an easy win. It's by 14, win by 14 for Tennessee. Then you're home for Pittsburgh against Pittsburgh. That's like their best non-conference game. Then they will win that game by 3. It could go either way. I don't know much about Pittsburgh this year. I think Tennessee will win that game by 3. Then you're at home again. This is three home game stretch to start out the season. And then you have Tennessee Tech. It's going to be an easy game to win. It's won by 17. And then you have number 13. You go to the Swamp and play number 13 Florida. I like Florida. Florida is one of my favorite teams. The favorite teams to pull for, except for South Carolina. Florida will be a decent team this year. Florida will win this game by 10. I could see it by 14 or 21. I could see it that way. And then you go to Columbia, Missouri. That's going to be a loss by 3. So then you're at home against South Carolina. Oh, Evan, you're being biased. Blah 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 blah. I think Tennessee's going to be worse than South Carolina. I think they lost more players. I think South Carolina has enough depth on the defensive line and has enough cornerbacks to beat them. And I think we have enough talent on offense. I think South Carolina can win this. South Carolina will win this game by. Tennessee will lose this game by 3, and South Carolina will win by 3. Evan, you're being biased. That's just how I'm thinking. I don't think Tennessee. I think people are making Tennessee better than what they actually are going to be. And then you're at home against Ole Miss. That's going to be. I think Ole Miss is going to be a real good team this year. Ole Miss is going to be buzzing up there. They're going to be a real good team this year. They're going to be fourth in the SEC West. I'm going to go lost by 7 for Tennessee. Then they go to Alabama. This is going to be a blowout. I'll probably tune in for like the first 10 minutes of the first quarter. Then I'll probably stop watching because it's not going to be much of a game. It's going to be a loss by 17 for Tennessee. Then you go to Kentucky. I think Kentucky is going to be a decent team this year. I think Kentucky will be 3rd or 4th in the SEC East. It's at Kentucky, so it's going to be a loss by 7 for Tennessee. Then you're at home against Georgia. It's not going to be much of a game either. Georgia's going to win the SEC East. It's going to be a loss by 14 with Tennessee. Then you're at home against South Alabama. And not much to talk about this game. It's going to be a win by 10 for Tennessee. Then you play at home against Vanderbilt. The rivalry game is going to be a win by 7 for Tennessee. That's a dumpster fire game this year. So, alright, so I'm predicting Tennessee to be 5-7 this season. Then you go to South Carolina, and I think South Carolina could be a decent team this year. I really do. Or not a decent team. They're going to be an average team. Shane Beamer's going to be a nice, decent coach, I think. But I don't know. So South Carolina is going to be an okay team this year. I do think they'll make a bowl game. I do, but call me biased. I don't really care. Most people are about their team. I think they'll have an okay season. A 4-1 season will make me happy with Shane Beamer. Shane Beamer's he has to build the program back up. So let's start first game of the season. It's home. It's against Eastern Illinois. So we win by 14 against Eastern Illinois. It's not gonna be much to talk about. And then they're at East Carolina. East Carolina hasn't been to a bowl game since like 2015. I think East Carolina, they've had decent seasons. They're not going to be that great this year. I think South Carolina will win this game by 14. So that's a 2-0 record at the beginning. And then then you're at Georgia. That's going to be a loss by 14. Then you're against Kentucky it's a home game for South Carolina. I can see this game going anyway, but I think Kentucky's gonna win this game by 3. Then you have Troy. Then they have Troy at home, Williams-Brice Stadium. Troy's probably the best non-conference team they have this year. Actually, not best non-conference. Other than Clemson, they're the second best non-conference team they have this year. I think it's going to win by 14 for South Carolina. Then you get to Tennessee. Oh, Evan, you're being biased, blah, 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 blah. It's at Tennessee, but I think South Carolina's going to be better than Tennessee this year, so we win by 3 for South Carolina. Then you're at home against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's going to be the worst team in the SEC this year. It's going to be 1 by 7 for South Carolina. Then you go at Texas A&M. It's a cross SEC. That's their rival in their division. They've lost to them every year. They're going to get blown out. I hope they don't get blown out, but I think they'll lose by 10. Then they play at home against Florida. It's going to be a 14 lot. They're going to lose by 14. I think Florida is going to be second best in the SEC East this year, like 3rd or 4th in the SEC, so top 10 this year. But it's going to be lost by 14 for South Carolina. Then you're at Missouri, Columbia, Missouri. I think this game could go either way. I'm just going to say it's going to be lost by 3, so you aren't brave. But I think it could go either way. I'm going to go lost by 3 for South Carolina. Then you're at home against Auburn. Auburn's not going to be a good team this year. I really don't think so. South Carolina beat them last year. Auburn had a better talent. Had a much better talent than South Carolina did last year. We beat them at home. I think it's going to be the same, but not by much. I think it's going to win by 3 for South Carolina. 11 to be match, whatever. It's going to be a loss by 10 against final game of the season. It's back. One of the best rivalries in college football. South Carolina Clemson. It's at Williams-Brice Stadium. I think Gamecocks will lose this game, but I think it will be a good first Clemson game for Shane Beamer as head coach of South Carolina. I think it's going to be a loss by 10 by South Carolina, and I'm predicting South Carolina to be 6-6. So then you have Vanderbilt. I'm not going to really talk about their schedule much. I'm just going to tell you what I think their overall record's going to be. I think it's going to be a 3-9 season for Vanderbilt. And let's go over the overall. So Tennessee will be 5-7. I think South Carolina will be 6-6, and I think Vanderbilt will be 3-9. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. Click right here to subscribe. Click right here for the college football playlist. And please comment down below what you think is going to happen this season. And comment if you disagree with me. I'd like to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And catch you next time.